I spend time on research or areas that are completely irrelevant to my main topics or ideas, but because there is a lot of social media or places like YouTube, a lot of researchers they are able to put their work or their stuff uh, in the form of conferences or private videos, and there is a lot of research that's coming out that just is mind blowing. I was watching this conference was by Richard Hoagland, and he was talking about moon and all the missions that have been in the moon, and the history and the presentation of the moon missions when it comes out of his mouth is almost completely different than what NASA has been telling us for like 40, 50 years. And then, but that's not the only place where a lot of very good research is coming out. Uh, Curiosity pics are now everywhere. A lot of anomalies on the Mars, and I think that the NASA knows a lot more than they're letting out. But I think they have gotten sick of hiding stuff. It just doesn't do anything. I don't know how an agency that was funded by the public could manage to hide all this stuff for so many years. It's like 50 years. That's a very long time. And uh, the other thing that I watch a lot is all the anomalies that that found in the solar system everywhere. In Mercury, that's really strange that there are actually anomalies on a planet like Venus. I was seeing some pics of through a very thick cloud. I guess the temperature on the surface is very high, but you could see structures that this planet must have had a history completely different. Well, there is other literature out there talks about that Venus has underground cities, but I don't believe half the stuff I read on the internet. I don't know. I guess there is other literature talk about that there are other civilizations and underground cities or dark missions. But who says that we should hide all this research? And it's coming out anyhow. Then uh, there is a lot of anomalies on Ceres, the small planet, and they have found the stuff around Jupiter, the large structures that are just floating in space. Who made them? Who brought them here? It's all very weird. The other stuff that was really interesting is crop circles and theories that people have about them, like Cliff High has some theories, and there is another researcher, his name is Greer. So he talks about aliens and that they could manifest just by their consciousness in different places and do stuff. I don't know. He thinks that the crop circles were made by them. Uh, there are some indications in Christianity and also in Islamic philosophy that consciousness can change the physical world. I guess the ancients were not interested in hiding stuff so much as our contemporaries. Like for example, in Bible we read that the in the early Christians some were imprisoned, and I read one account that one of the disciples or saints, he was able to cross the prison wall or manifest in the other side. Or there is, well, the Jesus, it talks about levitation, stranger phenomena or healings. Uh, these are all like manifestations of consciousness. But the interesting thing is that the ancients were not keen on hiding stuff. They didn't care if people suddenly got crazy hearing this stuff. They were more democratic or more free speech. Really, while the other research that's coming out with the megalithic, that there were civilizations before on this planet, and Cliff High has a lot of very interesting things. That there were actually several civilizations that had come and gone, and he thinks that there was a aquatic civilization that really created humanity. Um, I find this stuff very interesting, very challenging, and the megalithic era and the fact that they had left all these structures. Well, there is also flat Earth and stuff um, with the expedition of Admiral Byrd, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on Nazi UFOs. I downloaded this huge collection of UFO and abduction and megalithic civilizations. It's like at least 100 books. I'm going through some of them. Some of the stuff is hard to believe, but hey, when you have a wide spectrum of reading, then you kind of see things a lot more differently. Well, I don't believe that the creatures that built these things, they're gone completely. I think that somebody doesn't want us to see them. Anyhow, thank you very much for being my YouTube channel, and please subscribe and leave some comment.